Hi everybody. Okay, so today we're going to show you how to hand wash your Yumiko Leotards. We found out the hard way that this is very important instead of washing them in your washer with all your other brands of leotards, which are usually more durable than Yumiko's. So the fabric is actually very delicate and but worth it because it's very flattering.
Yeah.
So the washer can actually fade the color and thin out the fabric, which is not good. So yeah, here's how to hand wash your leotards.
Okay, so start your tub out with about 3 inches of ice cold water. It's very important for it to be ice cold because it helps the colors not to bleed and stain one another. So ice cold is very important. And if it's in the summertime and the water tends to be hotter, then add ice cubes. So you could, this is where you don't put in any detergent. You could just throw in all the leotards. And all the colors are pretty much fine together except for like deep reds, pinks, and some bright colors. But I would say the first time that you get them, wash it by itself because since it's a new leotard, it might bleed some color. But after that, you could wash it with other things. The only leotards that I have to wash alone is this red one. It's the India color, and this pink one, which is jazz, and they're both in nylon. I Even though I've washed them many times, they still bleed sometimes. So just to be safe, I keep them away from all of these leotards. So you could put even black ones in there, just all of them. Okay, so then just make sure they all get wet. Okay, so after I have them all pressed down and in the water, and they're all wet, I can take my soap. Now, this is a very special kind of soap, and we have experimented a lot, and this absolutely works the best, and I will use no other soap. It's the Fels Naphtha, and it's really hard to find, but definitely worth it. You can't find it everywhere. You have to, it's really you can find it some places on the internet. Just Google it. It's never really at any certain place, but I think you can find it on Amazon. But if not, just look on Google, and I think sometimes it's sold in specialty stores like Sun Harvest, maybe Whole Foods, but it's going to be expensive. Just places like that, specialty stores. So good luck finding it. It's definitely worth it though. So you take the bar of Fels Naphtha, and you get a leotard. I'll show you how I do a camisole leotard. Now don't put the soap in the water. Just take your leotard, and this is about where like the sweat gets, and you just rub it on there. Rub it on. Now this is a new bar, so it is kind of a little stubborn to rub on, but see? And I'm just rubbing it on the armpits. After I scrub it on the actual leotard, then I just put one hand on the back, one hand on the front, and scrub like this. Make sure it gets really clean. And that's just, people sweat in different places. This is where it gets on our leotards. So just getting it clean. And then I repeat on the other side. Okay, now this is kind of awkward, but after I do the armpit, I have to get the crotch. Sorry, it's kind of awkward, but it gets dirty. There's no denying it. So, if you were wondering, I just picked up a little bit of water in my hand like this, and then splashed it on there like that, just so it really lathers up. But don't dunk the actual soap, like I said, in the water. I get that nice and clean. And I just repeat this to all of our leotards. I'll show you how I do a short sleeve and a long sleeve. Okay, now here's how to do a long sleeve one. You just put your hand flat where your armpit goes. And I find that over time they really get there. It's not dirty just right here. It goes like all the way up the sleeve, and there can be like a white mark there where my deodorant shows. So from about there to like there, it's really like a lot harder to clean these long sleeve ones, but trust me, you don't want to leave out any part that gets dirty. And I also do it a little bit in the front. Just really make a huge circle all around the armpit. And then I get my hand kind of wet. Oop, there goes my soap. Just scrub up and then go lower and scrub there. And in the front, in the back, everywhere. Just get all of it. So you don't have a huge white ring. Those are nasty. Okay, and I forgot to mention with the other leotard, after you're done washing it, I still have to do the other sleeve and the bottom. Just put it in the water and let it sit there. So the false naphtha, it kind of gets all around the leotard and it just soaks and get it all clean. So don't touch it, just put it back in the water and let it sit. Now I'm going to repeat this to all of the leotards, and then we'll show you how to dry it after that. Okay, and I forgot to mention that on light colored leotards especially, sometimes on the front, like right in the center, I get kind of like a sweat ring, but that's only, like, it might happen to you, it might not, but don't forget it if it does happen to you, because it will stain if you leave like a deodorant ring there for too long. So just...
Deodorant? Why would it be deodorant right there?
Okay, so now just squeeze it out after you have finished the washing process. Then you just run it under each Yumiko under the water and squeeze it to kind of rinse it, because you don't want the soap still in there. And then you lay it out on a towel. I could get about 3 to 5 per towel after you squeeze it out so it's not too much liquid. And then I just roll this up, and this is just a regular, pretty thick beach towel. Roll it up, and then I just carefully step on it, because you don't want to like touch it out or anything, but you just kind of inch your way along the thing, do a little dance, and that really gets all the liquid into the towel. This is the fastest and best drying method that we could figure, and it's worked really well so far. So then you just take this towel to your shower rack, hang it up on a hanger, and let it dry with a fan, and then you're good to go.
Thank you for watching that video. I hope that you found it helpful and informative. I would like to add that for special edition leotards, like this one, it's a special edition dip dye, that's a black label. If you have one of these, it needs extra care than even the brighter colors that we had to put separate so they don't bleed. You need to put this one in a small sink with water that is as cold as you could get it, even add ice cubes, and just put it in the water and swish it around gently and lightly scrub with no soap whatsoever. It says in the packet that that you get with it that you should not wear it if you know that you will be sweating a lot, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem, but it's just so you keep the colors intact and it goes from dark to light for as long as possible before the colors unfortunately get into just one blend. So you don't want that to happen, so use this tip for special care, and then so it lasts, I mean. Oh, and make sure to only scrub where it is absolutely essential, like the armpit area, and we get a little stain right here in the center. Yes, so I just lightly scrub that and just the crotch area a little bit, and nowhere else, just so that the color doesn't bleed. Yeah, and that's it. And then hang it up after you're done with the darkest color on the bottom, lightest color on the top. So I would hang it up
like
upside
this.
down usually.
So the colors, if the water is running down and it does bleed, then it still maintains darkness down here.
Yeah, but we squeeze it out, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. We just really want to make precautions to
and just
keep it
do
in good
everything
condition.
very gently with this type of leotard if you have one. So I hope that you found everything helpful and good, and you liked it. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.